What's up, guys? Welcome to my Avengers Endgame and non-spoiler and spoiler review. So, I understand that we didn't exactly get through all the Marvel movies. I mean, close to get through reviewing all the Marvel films. And we got through Iron Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, and Captain Marvel. So only 4 out of like 21. So do the math. That's 17 movies still left. Goddamn, wow. But look, stuff happened. I got busy a lot, and like I realistically didn't like start doing them at an appropriate time to get through 21 reviews. So I still will do them all. I have like notes down for like the Thor and First Avenger review. So like we'll get to them at some point, but. Just like, yeah, at some point, they'll be here at some point. So, yeah, but I still wanted to review Endgame, and I know it's been out for about 2 months, and I saw it on the opening night, like the night before it came. What's the word? Like, I didn't see it on the 26th, I saw it on the 25th, so the night before. Yeah, it's opening night. So, yeah, I'm stupid. But yeah, I saw it on opening night. I meant to do a review a while ago, never did. So I'm doing it now. So, yeah, and like I said, this is a non-spoiler and spoiler review. But, so the non-spoiler part is going to be very quick, because, okay, first off, I didn't want to make a non-spoiler and spoiler, like, review video. I didn't want to make, like, 2 separate videos, because I don't want to waste too much time. I just didn't want to, like, upload 2 videos, so I just want to get it done in this one video stuff, so, yeah. Plus, it'd be kind of pointless to do them in 2 videos, because, like, it's kind of, like, ridiculous and impossible to not talk about this film in spoilers, because it's 90% spoilers, so... Yeah, so yeah, here's non-spoilers and spoiler also in this video. So, well, yeah, if you just want to skip spoilers, actually, no, do watch this part of the video too, because I'll talk about stuff I probably won't talk on spoilers. So, just stick around for this part. My camera battery's almost dead. Give me a sec. Anyway, so yeah, Endgame picks up right after Infinity War. By the way, I gave Infinity War a 10 out of 10. I really love that movie. So, of course, Infinity War ends. Spoiler alert: I haven't seen Infinity War yet. So, of course, but you should have by now. It's been about a year. Infinity War, of course, ended. Thanos did snap. Everyone died. 50% of the population died in the universe. Like, half our cast died. Half the Guardians are dead except for Rocket and Nebula. Doctor Strange is dead. Scarlet Witch is dead. Black Panther is dead. Spider-Man's dead. So many people are dead, It's crazy. And this one picks up right after where it left off. And basically, like, the world's kind of now in ruins since it all happened. And so, yeah, and our heroes have to try and figure out how to, like, get it all back to normal, get them all back, everyone back, whatever it takes, whatever, and like they also have the help from now, like Ant-Man and Clint Barton also now back as not Hawkeye but Ronin, so cool stuff all around. And can they do it? Well, you have to wait and see. So this is what I mean. Like it's kind of hard to talk about the film without going into spoilers because there's a lot of spoilers. So, but yeah. Anyway, so. The film was terrific. Like, all the actors involved do terrific. Like, this film, the last film was mostly about Thanos. It was a Thanos-centric film. This film is primarily about the original 6. Of course, the other characters are there too, like War Machine, Nebula, Ant-Man, Rocket. It's about them too, but also it's primarily about, like, the original 6. Like, it's their story. It's their conclusion to the final chapter. It's the final chapter of this whole saga until the next chapter comes in the films, which is Phase 4 and stuff. But this is their final chapter. It's mainly about them. Yeah, I gotta get into spoilers very quickly. So, but anyway, so it's great. It's a very somber, quiet movie also because like there's not a lot of action. There's action in it. Don't get me wrong. There was a lot of action in it, but not like it's very quiet, very like soft and quiet a little bit, and very like I don't know what the proper wording is for it. It's very I don't know. Like, it's like, there's not a lot of action. It takes time to get to some of the action. There's, like, little fights in between some parts, but, like, it's very quiet, takes its time, and when it does get to, like, some insane action, it's worth it. So, that's really cool. And all the characters in the film are great. And, like, of course, everyone is great. All the actors are terrific, especially Rob Downey Jr. He's, like, probably his best performance ever in the MCU. Honestly, in the last couple of years, since Civil War, to Homecoming, to Infinity War, to now Endgame, his 4 best performances, not 4, yeah, his 4 best performances in the whole MCU are in those last 4 movies. Like, those are some of his best work in the entire MCU. It's great. And you know, also having like Ant-Man in there interacting with some of the characters, it's great. You know, and a Hawkeye back or Ronan, Rocket, everyone, they all interact so great off each other. It's awesome. You know, and like the humor is terrific in this film. Like the Marvels always have a good way of balancing out the serious stuff and the humor stuff, and it really works in this film really well done. The humor is like on point. Like I think honestly, Christopher Morgan and Stephen McFeely might be the best at humor maybe in the MCU probably. Well, no, them and James Gunn, they're both terrific at writing comedy in the MCU. They're great, especially with Ant-Man. Like I think honestly, Marcus and McFeely are better writing Ant-Man's jokes than who wrote Ant-Man and Ant-Man the Wasp. So I'll look it up and like add it maybe. But yeah, just the jokes are great. The story's terrific. Cinematography, visuals. It's great. And like, yeah, look, I have to get into spoilers, so I can't really talk about this film in non-spoiler stuff. So, yeah, so spoiler section beginning now. So if you don't want to save for spoilers or don't want to hear them, click away now. So I'll give you time. So, I'm just gonna wait a couple seconds. And okay, so I think that was enough time. All right, so yeah, spoilers now. I also want to check how long I'm recording right now. 9 minutes. All right, whatever. Well, this counts the break time I had, but whatever. Anyway, so spoilers, of course. Film, like, of course, it's about, what was it? They said it was like 22 days. Yeah, it's been 22 days, so like a couple weeks, so 2 or 3 weeks, I think, since Infinity War. You know, Captain Marvel. Oh, and like she saved Tony, Nebula. She saved them. She went out in space, and of course, cause like and her after credits scene, at Captain Marvel was her showing up and like letting them, and after Fury's beeper, what's it called, the pager? Yeah, she shows up, and then a couple weeks go by. She finally finds Tony, Nebula, and brings them back to Earth. And it's really sad seeing Tony come back. He's kind of pissed at Cap. He's kind of delusional a little bit. He's like really skinny because he's been out in space for so long and dehydrated, no food. And he's kind of pissed at Cap, saying he wasn't there when we lost together and stuff. Yeah, because of course Civil War is still pissed a little bit. And it's a great opening. The whole opening is terrific because like afterwards, you know, they all decide, they all find out where Thanos is. They go to where he's been staying out for a while. They attack him, they ambush him, they chop off his arm, and then they find out that he destroyed the stones using the stones to make sure that there'd be no temptation left with them. And afterwards, because Nebula tells him that he's telling the truth because he doesn't lie and stuff, and Thor just takes his advice and cuts off his head. And it's a badass scene, and then 5-year time jump happens, which is a bold move to do. It's a bold move is to jump 5 years. And like, it's a very comic thing to do. Like, comic storylines would do stuff like that. They would do a big time jump like that, and it's really cool. Like, that was really awesome, that time jump. It was really cool seeing the world in like disarray and stuff. All the characters have moved on now. You know, like of course, like Banner has now found a way to him and the Hulk have now become one. And now Professor Hulk, that was cool. Thor's now a little fat, as they call him the Big Lebowski. You know, the dude from the Big Lebowski. Which ironically, Jeff Bridges, who played the dude, was in Iron Man 1 as Obadiah Stane. So that was cool. So he's fat, and Asgard's now on Earth. And so that they now live on Earth in Norway. You know, Valkyrie and Korg, they're all there. And Tony had a kid. He had a kid now, named Morgan Stark, and it's so sweet. His relationship with his kid is so great. And you know, a lot of other stuff. Hawkeye lost family, of course. Snap became Ronin, went on a dark path, and it's really cool. And of course, the main plot is, of course, Ant-Man comes back out of the Quantum Realm because for him it was like 5 minutes, but for the rest of the world it was 5 years. He met his daughter again, who's now grown up now. He tells him about how like we can probably use this for time travel. The stuff to fix everything, they go back in time, get the stones in different parts in time, and fix everything, you know? And they get Tony to agree to all this. Him and Cap make up for what happened in Civil War. He agrees to help with the time travel thing. They create a time machine, and they initiate a time heist. And for like the second half of the movie, basically the whole middle half of the movie is like them all time traveling different parts of the MCU. So like Iron Man, Cap, Hulk, and Ant-Man go to 2012 for the original Avengers film. Then Thor and Rocket go to 2013 to Asgard for Thor Dark World to get another stone. And then Nebula, Rhodey, Hawkeye, and Black Widow go to 2014 in Guardians of the Galaxy to get 2 other stones. In 2012, in the Avengers, they go to get the Space Stone, Time Stone, and Mind Stone. Asgard to get the Reality Stone, and on 2014 for Guardians to get the Power and Soul Stone. And it's really cool. Like, we get to see so many returning cameos in there, like the Ancient One, Agent Carter, Alexander Pierce, Loki. Like, a lot of people return in those cameo scenes. Like, they're great. It's awesome. Checking the time again. Yeah. Okay, we're still good. And what else happens? Oh yeah. Also, shoot. What else happens? Also, shoot. What am I talking about? Oh yeah, Black Widow. Big thing that happened during the scene when Black Widow and Hawkeye went through the Soul Stone. Of course, soul for stones. You have to sacrifice someone you love to get the stone and sacrifice soul for soul. Black Widow does it. Hawkeye and Black Widow actually argue about it. They fight about, yo, I should jump. No, I'm gonna jump. And finally, Black Widow manages to jump, and it's sad. She's gone now, of course. But we're getting a film about her next year, so it's gonna be a prequel film, obviously. So we're gonna have one last hurrah of her at least. But still, she's put dead and it sucked. So yeah, and of course they finally all come back with the stones, and they assemble the gauntlet, and now they're ready to snap. You know, and they do it. They make Hulk do it because stones are based around gamma radiation. It was a callback to the original Avengers, talking about how the Tesseract had gamma radiation stuff. So Hulk does the snap and brings everyone back. But also, unfortunately, what they didn't know is that when they went to go get the Power Stone, no one knew that Thanos. It's very weird to explain. So because there were two nebulas during that time period. So the nebula from the past, her memory started really syncing up with the nebula from the future. So Thanos found out about this whole plan and captured that nebula and took some of their pim particles that they used to time travel with, and they reproduced them to travel to the future. And they attacked and destroyed the Avengers base. And then the stone, of course, they attacked after they did snap. Everyone's back. All 50% of life that was gone is now back. And of course, they bring everyone back. And then, of course, he attacks the base. Everyone's buried in the rubble. And then the third act is a whole huge action sequence. It's amazing. It's awesome. The best action sequence in the whole MCU, probably. Definitely, And it's like the Trinity, Iron Man, Thor, and Cap go head to head with Thanos. Hawkeye's running around with the gauntlet. Ant-Man has to go save the others, like Hulk, Rhodey, War Machine were trapped. And then so many cool things happen. That scene, like the Nebula from the future kills Nebula of the past, which I didn't even explain that yet either. They explain that in this film. Time travel works by if you travel to the past, you don't alter the future. You just create an alternate timeline. So if you go back to your time, it'll still be fine, but you also now just create a branch reality to a alternate timeline. So that's how they explain their time travel works in the film, which I really like that explanation. It's not like, because even the film they point out a bunch of time travel movies, like they point out Terminator, Star Trek, Back to the Future, Hot Tub Time Machine, all these films that do the same thing with time travel, but they decide, no, we need to do something. And I like that they decide, no, we have to do something different because every other film has done this already. And I like it. I like their explanation for time travel. I think it's a neat new explanation. It's really cool. So, yeah, but back to the final fight. It's so awesome. Of course, Nebula kills her younger self to save Hawkeye. They couldn't convince her in time. Also, Gamora's with them, and she was already gonna betray Thanos in the past soon, and now she's now betrayed him now, and is now working with Nebula of the future to stop him. And some other cool things happen, like Cap lifts Thor's hammer finally, which was teased back in Age of Ultron. It was an awesome badass moment. Cap's honestly better with Thor's hammer than Thor is, or Mjolnir, sorry. He's better at using it than Thor is, which is really cool. And then Thanos breaks Cap's shield. It's awesome. Then Cap has to go up against Thanos' entire army of stuff of the Chitauri Outriders, the Black Order is insane. And then Doctor Strange and Wong, they bring in all the characters. They bring all the superheroes like the Guardians, Spider-Man, Black Panther, Wasp, the Ravagers, the Magicians, the Wakandans, the Asgardians. Everyone comes in, and then it's a massive it's the coolest fight scene you've ever seen in a comic movie. It's like everything you've ever wanted. It's such a badass scene. So much happens in it. It's so badass. The music score is amazing, and yeah, it's really cool. But to wrap up this review, also, so of course the end, they have to fulfill the one timeline. Oh, and also Pepper becomes Rescue, her comic identity in the comics, where she has, because Pepper in the comics one time wore the Iron Man suit and she was called Rescue. She wears that Iron armor in this film, and it's cool in the final battle. And they've also fulfilled the one timeline where they won the battle, which unfortunately is Tony uses the Infinity Stones and he snaps away Thanos and all his men and kills all of them, but unfortunately the power of the stones happened with Hulk, but it didn't kill him because he's part gamma radiation like the stones, which is weird. But so it doesn't kill him. What's the time at? 17 minutes. That's good. It doesn't kill him, But it doesn't kill Hulk because he's part gamma radiation, and the stones are a little bit gamma radiation too. And plus, Hulk's very strong, but Tony, he's not really strong. The stones, they just completely kill him. They drain all his energy, and it kills him afterwards. And Tony's dead now, and they have this great funeral, this great send-off funeral. Like, all the characters there, everyone that is anyone is there, including even the kid from Iron 3's there. Like, so many people are there at his funeral. And it's a great send-off because they put this, like, reef in the water with, like, the arc reactor that says, prove Tony Stark has a heart from the first Iron Man film. It's, like, it's such a sad and emotional send-off, and it's great. And it also ends with, like, so, Thor goes off with the Guardians, like, presumably be part of Guardians 3 now, because he decides, no, I have to be myself now, I have to be who I've always wanted to be, not be who I was destined, who was kind of forced to be, which is the King of Asgard. He now puts the responsibility of the King or Queen now into Valkyrie's hand, he goes off the Guardians. So that should be fun. And now Star-Lord's going to be on a quest to find this past Gamora, because the past Gamora presumably stays in the future, and maybe she either died or didn't die, we don't know, they left that up in the open, so they'll probably have her alive in Guardians 2, let's be honest here. So, that happens, and then Cap, he returns all the stones back to their proper time, as a promise Banner made to the Ancient One, that they would return all the stones back to their proper times. But then afterwards, he actually decides to stay in the past with Peggy Carter and live a life there. And afterwards, once he lives his life, he comes back to the modern time as an old man. Because I like to believe that Cap made an alternate timeline to live with Peggy. The writers say he lived in the main timeline, but the directors say, no, he's in an alternate timeline. I want to believe he's in an alternate timeline, so whatever. That's that. And so he comes back to the main timeline and gives Falcon his shield. He gives him as an old man. He's an old man, gives Falcon the shield, and says, you're the new Captain America now. And it's a really sad moment. And then, like, the final shot of the whole film was actually seeing Cap finally get that dance with Agent Carter. And it's sad. And then we also could see, like, amazing credits also, by the way. They have some amazing credits where it's like kind of a montage of every character in the MCU. Not every character, but every character who was in this film. It's great. And they have a great homage credits to the original 6 with, like, the actors' signatures on their characters. It's really cool. And, you know, honestly, the death of Tony Stark is it was such a sad, dramatic thing. Like, I saw that film 3 times. I cried during the second and third time. Like, I was really sad during the first time, but the thing is, like, I guess I just can't, like, cry, like, during emotional scenes the first time around, but after seeing it again afterwards, I can cry. It's a weird thing with me, I guess, but I cried both times, second time and third time. Like, it was just such a dramatic scene, because, like, I've known that character for, like, 11 years. I've been watching Iron Man since it came out, so, like, I love the original Iron Man film, so it's really sad to see him go, but you couldn't give him a better send-off than you gave him there. It was great. There was also no after credits in the film. I mean, there was, like, if you did say towards the credits, there was, like, you do hear the sound effects, like, sound bite from the first Iron Man film. It's of, like, a hammer hitting metal, which is, like, referencing, it's sound effect from the first Iron Man film of, like, of Tony hitting the hammer on metal to building his first Iron Man suit. So, yeah, so there was that, but it's kind of like, it's supposed to be kind of like full circle, you know, because it started with Iron Man, started with Iron Man, and now it's come full circle. It's with, like, yeah, it's just that's what it's supposed to mean. It's supposed to mean, like, full circle and stuff. There's no after credits scene, which I thought was a bold move, and it worked very well, because, like, this is the end of an era, and the end of a saga, so you don't need to tease anything at the end of it, so, yeah, but of course, there'll be more films to come, but that'll be a new chapter, a new era. But this era, this saga is done, the Infinity Saga is done, and, yeah, but, so, yeah, I think, I really liked, I actually didn't say any of the 3 times through the credits to this here on soundbite, because there was no purpose, but I will, when it comes out on DVD, I will fast forward to hear it, but still, like I said, it just there, the show would come full circle, start of Iron Man, and then it's ending with Iron Man's death, and to remind you of the past, how he created his first Iron Man armor. It's cool, so, yeah. Yeah. I don't know, I feel like I didn't really probably explain that soundbite thing properly, I don't know. But, you know, it's just like a hammer hitting, like, the metal for his iron suit. Whatever. You get the point by this. You get it by this point. So, yeah. Overall, how much time have I gone? 22 minutes. Hoping to be under 20 minutes, but what can you do? That was my review. It's like, it seemed more quick than usual, even though it was, like, still 22 minutes, but, you know, I am doing a spoiler cast on Geek Culture Talk. It should be uploaded by tomorrow, depending on when it's uploaded. This should be uploaded by today when I'm recording this, which is the 13th of June. So you should see the Geek Culture Shock episode tomorrow. It's a long spoiler cast video I did with Thomas and stuff. And like it's an hour long, so if you don't want to sit through the whole thing, I understand. But it's a podcast, so of course it's going to be an hour long. So you should expect that. So yeah, that's why I didn't really talk that much in detail in this review, because the whole spoiler cast for that instead. So yeah, I hope you guys do check it out at least for a little bit. But yeah, thank you for watching, and oh yeah, I gave Endgame a 10 out of 10. Perfect movie. Would watch it 10 more times in a row. It's 3 hours long. I would watch it 10 more times in a row. I demand a 4-hour extended cut. We need a 4-hour extended cut. We know there's more footage they shot, so they could make an extended cut. They could make a 4-hour or 5-hour extended cut. Demand that. Yeah. Oh yeah, IMAX. It's beautiful in IMAX. So yeah. Alright. Thank you all for watching. Stay tuned for that spoiler cast coming tomorrow. And tell me in the comments section down below what you all think of the review. And be, of course, mindful of spoilers. And be sure to put maybe a spoiler tag or comment or something. Whatever. But yeah, thank you all for watching. Be mindful in the comments of spoilers. And goodbye. We'll see y'all later. Bye. Hey, if you liked that video, guess what? YouTube picked out a video just for you on the left. Or, if you want to take my advice, watch the most recent video on the right. Thanks for watching.